Battlestar Galactifrakked, the true origins of Battlestar Galactica. So what I want to do here is basically correct some misconceptions about who really came up with a lot of this Battlestar Galactica stuff that you see out there on the Sci-Fi Channel there. Because I really came up with most of it. I mean, we came up with it kind of together. We were playing Dungeons & Dragons in my parents' basement. You know, I was the game master and I came up with most of it, so... And then those bastards stole it.
Get down.
Moments ago, this ship received word of a Cylon attack against our home worlds is underway.
And for those who don't know, Battlestar Galactica is this story about these humans in space who build these robots, and then the robots rise up and attack them, and the humans are on the run for the rest of the series. The Cylons were made by humans, that's what they put at the beginning of every show there, but actually that's not true. Actually, the Cylons were made by my turtle. We had this monster idea that we wanted to sell to the Dungeons & Dragons company, but we needed a name, so we took my turtle out of his aquarium and we put him on a Ouija board. And he walked around for a while until he spelled out some letters, and then we came up with Cylon. To tell the truth, for a while there, we were really close to calling it Loink.
Radiological alarm.
From where?
So I just want to introduce these characters and where they really came from. This is Starbuck. She's one of the main characters. She's the best Viper pilot that the humans have, but she was just totally stolen from my campaign. It wasn't Starbuck, it was Starbug. Starbug the battle bug. And she was really good with like a bow staff.
Yes, sir.
Nobody even knew that she was a girl because, you know, she was an insect. All these larvae started crawling out of her in the middle of a battle once. But can you just picture that, you know? And just like all these larvae coming out of her thorax.
I'll be your crew chief while you're aboard.
Morning, Chief. Captain Lee Adama.
And this is Lee Adama. His call sign is Apollo, and he's the son of Commander Adama, and he's always making these sneers at his father and things. And this character, I'm almost 100% sure, this character comes from a character made by my friend Paulo, he was really into He-Man, you know, and like he wanted a character that was based after like Prince Adam of Grayskull. But when Paulo was rolling up his character, he couldn't get the 1899 strength that he wanted. It was only 13, and so we always made fun of him, like, oh, Prince Adam, he only has 13 strength. Woo! But Paulo stopped coming after a while.
Combat landings. All fighters aboard, sir.
Execute job.
And this is one of my favorite characters. His name is Gaius Boltar. He was originally conceived as Boltar the Barbarian, but I guess they kind of went with a super genius theme instead. Well, you know, he has this kind of half imaginary, half real relationship with this girl who's she's a Cylon, but it's like, who cares, because she's hot. So, you know, and her name is 6. She says there are 12 Cylon models, and she's number 6. Yeah, 69. But anyway, that 6 character, I think that comes from a time when Paulo brought his girlfriend to the game, and she had this elf chick character that she really liked playing, and even after Paulo left, she stayed on, and you know, Paulo was gone, so we were all like, who's gonna get Paulo's girlfriend? And you know, but actually she wasn't very nice to any of us, and when she left, then I decided that her elf chick character was really a vampire, so we stabbed her in the heart with a wooden stake. And this is Soltai. He's the XO on the Battlestar Galactica there, and he's kind of a composite of multiple characters. We had a pirate named Captain Ty, and I think maybe that's why he talks the way he does, and why they gave him an eye patch there on season 3 there.
I should have told you when I first found out, but I didn't have the guts.
But actually, I think most of the inspiration came from my dad, because when we were playing Dungeons and Dragons in their basement, my dad used to come down there and bother us when he was really drunk, and sometimes it wasn't a very good memory, actually.
You remember back at the Nebula when I told you about that fracking music? Quit fracking with me.
You know, people are always asking me, how did you come up with frack? I mean, it's so cool. Frack this, frack that, go frack yourself. Yeah, it's so cool. How did you come up with it? And you know, I don't know if it was Snoop Dogg who first made it popular, but it's just something that we used to say back on the streets of Minnesota.
I'm going through it.
You're freaking mine, Apollo.
Frack is something that we use just basically as a substitute for the F word, but for a while there we were actually using it to substitute for any verb. Like, for example, hey, go frack me a Dr. Pepper, would ya? But then one day, like, I told my friend that I was gonna go frack his sister up at the airport, and that just got confusing, so we went back to the way it was. And this, last but not least, is Commander Adama of the Battlestar Galactica. And this isn't even a character that we came up with. Let me tell you, this is the guy, this is the bastard who stole my ideas. He just wrote himself into the show here. And this, in the show, Commander Adama has this deep, husky voice, but back then, this kid, he had this high voice, and we used to tease him like, "Oh, I'm squeaky, I'm still waiting for my balls to drop." And then we used to drop balls on him, actually, because we read in a book that according to the law of sympathetic magic, like attracts like, so actually dropping balls on the guy can actually help his balls to drop, but they never did drop. And I wonder what happened to him, that poor kid. Actually, I kind of miss him a little bit. Them were good times. And the Cylons have these raiders that are like, when I saw them first on the show, I was like, holy crap, that's scary. That's way better than I imagined my one-eyed pterodactyls from the Lost Island adventure. You know, actually, now that I think about it, it's a pretty good show. You know, actually, I just wish that, you know, that they gave proper credit, because I have nothing but admiration for what they have. It's a good show, and you know, I just man, if you're out there, I just want to say I wish you'd come back to the game. I miss you, man. Actually, man, there's something that I really want to get off my chest that I've been like holding it in for a long time, and that's, you remember that one character that you played every day for like 3 years and that you really liked, and new character sheet that you drew pictures on, and that you wanted to have it buried with you when you died? I fed it to my turtle. I'm sorry. So that's it. That's all I got. I hope this has been informative, and now you know where these ideas really came from. This has been Battlestar Galactifrakked, and everybody, you know, why don't you just check out my friend's show, because you know it's really good. You know, so Battlestar Galactica. Woo.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump.
Tear him up. Paul, are you magnificent bastard? That was one hell of a piece of line, and I couldn't have done it better myself.
I'm sorry I didn't hear you.
I said that I couldn't have done it better myself.
Well, thank you.
And man, you know there's always a set of dice for you at my table.